Well, it says here that Arlene is a fitness instructor, but I think she might be a university student because you slept until 12. And I wasn't even, was in bed before midnight. I guess I'm just not used to playing with a non-wakeful character. Anyway, welcome back to Project Zomboid. So I did read a bunch of well, I think I read all the magazines and halfway through the electrical book. We had a couple chips for the night and slept through half of the next day. I also kind of sorted the inventory. But then I also realized, actually, let me just, let's drop the pickaxe here, since we have that crowbar. Sorted everything out so that we're carrying enough stuff in every bag and we're not over encumbered. And I'm still getting UI errors. And then I realized I haven't even accounted yet for either carrying the tent or the cot with me. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is food. We're gonna have a bit of a stretch ahead of us where we might not be able to easily get new food. So I'm kind of thinking I need to try to stock up on some food supplies. Wait. First zombie of the day. That's a lot of hits. Which window? Okay, one is on that window. I don't see which window broke there. That's the second one. So this is kind of the food area here, the school. So that's what I'm kind of trying to poke in here. I don't think I want to try to get any sort of books or anything out of this. We just don't have the ability to carry that stuff. Can have a quick look through the kitchen here, see if there's any food that we can take with us. How do I get in there? Right. I'm just gonna immediately drink the milk. Be certain we can eat that when it's no longer frozen. That's a decent supply. I'm not gonna take something like eggs that I need to cook first before I can eat it. Potatoes we can eat in a pinch. Remember, power is off, so I can't just throw some stuff here into the cooker to get it ready to eat. I think I need a better backpack for any sort of longer travel, because we can only have so much stuff with us. Or I need to just filter out what I want to carry. Like, how many backup weapons do I need? Do I really need the long blade book? Probably not. Alright, so we might actually just stay here another day while I give us some food supplies, and then maybe we find like a better backpack somewhere, like a hiking backpack. Maybe some camper place nearby. It's supposed to be a long trip here, but I'm gonna stay here for another day, I think. So with that in mind, let's drop maybe even the water bottle, the big one. By the way, I think since this character, in theory, traveled from her home to Louisville, I would say that I think it's okay if we look at the map. Because, you know, she wasn't blindfolded and abducted into Louisville. She's been living in the area around the town and nearby her whole life. I guess she knows the place. So we can, and it makes it easier for me to express what I kind of plan to do. Alright, so this is our journey so far. This is the motor where we started. We made it here through here with the mad dash through the fence line. Respawns around this place, and then we're now down here. So over here, there's a trailer park and there's the Ruby gas station. Rest stop. It's kind of the last gas station before Louisville. That's definitely an area where we could get some food, especially in the gas station, some non-perishable food. The alternative is we make it through Valley Station here, the outskirts, the more rural part. Couple residential houses. That's also giving us some places where we could sleep. So we might not actually need the tent or the cot. The problem comes after this, right? So I don't think it's viable to go through here. That's too many houses, too many zombies. So I think we gotta kind of either go along the river or go along this road, although this is very close to the mall. And then ultimately probably come from the back, like West Point also like to avoid, and then probably traveling down the railroad track. But all of that is going to be away from any civilization, any places that we could quickly get into to loot. So we need to have enough food to last us for that journey. So that's what I'm trying to stock up and kind of then prepare, okay, for that journey we need to have enough food, but we also need to have enough weapons to deal with any zombies we encounter, and yeah, an option to sleep. So it's really about planning my inventory here for that journey. Let's head down south here and see how it looks near the gas station. And the church. We try to avoid the zombies at the church. There's nothing here, but if it's just a couple, we might as well kill them quickly, just to make our travel around these parts easier. Like, gas station would be my first pick of places to loot for food, because usually get some nice high-calorie food that doesn't weigh a lot. This is eerily quiet for this area of the map, I think. I don't know. Haven't really been here much in build 42. Also keep in mind, I think with the previous patch 42.11, or maybe it was even with the 42.10, they added the whole randomization of zombie population. Like, the generic distribution of zombies is the same, but then there's some random variants added to it, so you might actually end up with stretches of land that are completely empty of zombies, even though they're normally very populated, and you could also end up with a higher concentration than usual of zombies in places that are usually low pop. Makes every run a little bit different, so you don't know what to expect. Alright, great. The liquor shop is burnt down. Now, unlike certain other characters, I don't think liquor is my main source of food here. He started banging, and those three immediately turned around, started walking. So the door being open, I think that's just a new thing, that doors can sometimes be open. I don't think that means the place is looted, right? Please stop making the noise here. The residence keys. One of them is going to be for the gas station. Just in case there's any door we need to unlock here. It's promising. It doesn't. Right, hang on. That's important. I mean, this is great food, but we can't carry that. It says fairly low weight. I didn't make any space in the backpack. It's great calorie to weight ratio, but it's gonna make us very unhappy to eat that. I wouldn't mind some painkillers. Box of batteries. I'm not sure we can carry a full box with us long term, but I'm just gonna grab that quickly. Alright, jam. I think the main loot is gonna be here in the storage crates in the back. Don't 100% remember if this place had something up top. A little bit concerned. Normally when you have these sports party, everybody dressed in red. Can be a lot of zombies here. Hearing anything else? Seeing anything else? Let's do a quick loot check of this place. Maybe they have a backpack. Even all the fun items I can't afford to take. Like, oh, we found an inflatable orca. Yeah, no, not happening. Pillow for better sleep quality. Don't think we can wear a fanny pack. I think that replaces our Alice belt and suspenders, yeah. Which is clearly better, right? So it's not the end of the world. I'm sorry. I'll come back for you. Crowbar barely has any damage. I think if we want to play, take one spare weapon with us, then a crowbar is probably a good choice. Oh, one cool thing, I'm not sure I ever showed this off. Now, you can select which part of the fridge you want to look at by clicking. If you click on the top, you get the freezer. On the bottom, you get the fridge. Nice little new addition there. Well, okay. Right. It's just the laundry here. Somebody was laundering their big backpack. I think we're gonna head home, bring the food into our little storage, and then see what kind of next steps we take. It's kind of getting late in the day already. And I want to probably be in bed early so we can have an early start and move out tomorrow. Although we might take a peek down down the road here through the settlement, just to see if that's a viable path or if that's too crowded. I feel like this is always the worst time in Zomboid, when it's like completely empty. And you're kind of getting paranoid about having a zombie around every street corner, behind every tree. I'm kind of actually hoping for like a survivor group with a big backpack. Wouldn't that be nice? Alright, let's check out this place here a little bit. Maybe we'll leave the crowbar here, so we're not over encumbered. Eerily quiet. I think this is gonna be our path. This just makes sense. I'm gonna start clearing it out a little bit here, so then we can even faster move through this place the next day or so. I'd rather deal with single zombies out in the open here, or rather groups of zombies, than with single zombies in the forest hiding behind a tree. Although they're hiding behind a house here. Maybe we could even get back to the storage unit, pick up the gear we want to bring, and then sleep in this house. Not nearby. The next houses are a little bit down the road. We would probably get a good night's sleep on a bed. To do. Pillow. Might just do that. This is an opportunity to stock up on water. Okay, so let's head back. Well, I guess I can leave some stuff here then. Yeah, I'm thinking like having a wrench and a pipe wrench and I don't know, a couple claw hammers as backup weapons. The single crowbar is gonna last longer than all of those combined. So I think we're gonna drop most of the backup weapons, have the second crowbar, and like one hammer so we have a one-handed weapon that we can wield together with a flashlight. Just makes sense to me. Alright, I'm gonna run back to the storage place, and then we'll catch up there with gathering of all our supplies. Alright, I'm just about to leave this place behind. We're slightly over-encumbered. I did make room for the cot. I think that is kind of important to have that with us. Fill all of our water stuff. I don't mind being like level 1 encumbered, although I think we really want to get that pickup stacks with me though. That's gonna put me at level 2 encumbrance. Like I'm thinking, yeah, pickaxe allows you to, harvest rocks, mine rocks, and then you can make primitive weapons. I think the 2 crowbars plus the backup hammer, plus I guess the screwdriver I have somewhere. Oh, and we have a meat cleaver, so we have like a knife type weapon. That should tide us over. Now, obviously, we're encumbered, and I haven't picked up the second crowbar, and we left all the food over in the other place. But part of my plan here is to basically gobble down everything that we have in the inventory that's considered fresh food. I already ate a bunch of the lettuce, a bunch of the packaged corn, the frozen veggies we found at the gas station. Basically, any food calories that I can carry as body weight is food calories I don't have to carry as inventory. As long as it doesn't have a risk to too full to eat more. As there's no risk to making me super unhappy or giving me any food sickness. I think we want to be eating that stuff. Because we were losing weight, right? We were 79 going down at the start of the episode. think we're gonna drop off some stuff and do a little bit more zombie fighting. I don't know. No, let's just stay inside. Away from the windows. I don't think there's a curtain here. Well, we can finish reading this book. And that's one more weight out of the way. And I think electrical one is just too valuable of a book to just leave behind. Just for weight considerations. Also, remember to eat your veggies. Too dark to read, but considering that we have a box of batteries... Okay, so I think it's 20 pages per hour that you read-ish. I'm okay with an hour later, although, again, we're not wakeful. I don't want to be actually in bed after midnight, but at least this time around we're not super tired. Alright, so we can leave this behind. Eat some of this. Eat a raw potato. And then... Can I find the bed in the dark? Yeah. Sleep in good condition with pillow. Alright. Please don't sleep that long. Perfect. That could not be any better. Alright. Breakfast. And I think in that case... No, let's leave you here. Alright, so... That's 8 weight of stuff that I might want to take with me here. Anything else I can really say, okay, let's part with that. You can already cut it down to 10 nails. I really want to keep the couple nails, saw, like if we want to saw something, build a bit quick barricade or something. Now, twine can probably go. 0.6. Just gonna eat the mayo. Gonna make us a little bit unhappy that we also have the chocolate to make us happy again. Need the painkillers. But calories. So this so much. That's worse than no, it's not worse than vegetable oil. Half as bad for half the calories. Okay, that puts us at level 2 encumbrance. Saves a little bit. Now I think we're gonna take like 3 batteries. 1 encumbrance. Oh, we could even save 1 by having 1 crowbar on our back and the other one in the hand. Then as soon as we're no longer fully full, eat chocolate to get rid of the unhappiness. No moodle enjoyer. Fewer moodles I see in the top, the better. I guess the plan is to cut across town. I don't think we're gonna loot anything unless we see something super enticing. Like, but I'm even thinking, even if there was a survivor house, like, what kind of loot am I hoping for? We have the food and the weapons we need to make this trip. At least until we get to kind of Muldraw area. Somebody moving in those trees there. Yeah, even if we see a survivor house, not gonna bother. You're coming after me, but you're slow. I'm faster. Keep on walking. The slightly bigger group there. Just wanna avoid this. Don't want to go full forest. Like one big challenge for me with this run is I have no idea how far we can get in a day. So basically, when planning the trip here, what's a realistic distance on the map that we can make within a day? The bar. Great shooter. Looks pretty crowded there. There was a zombie right here, somewhere in the trees. If you leave me alone, I leave you alone. If they don't start running, we can just ignore them. Okay. A minute ago I said I don't want to be 100% in the woods, and now I'm here. I'm like, okay, you know, maybe we just stay along the river. Maybe we'll just stay along the river. It's far enough away from the population center. I'm okay with running occasionally a little bit. We are, you know, 10 fitness is 10 fitness. You can run for a very long time with 10 fitness. Can, like, I don't know, run completely from Rosewood to Riverside, I think. Before you have to take a break. Alright, so this is the road leading to the racing tracks. I think we want to take this. I think we're gonna stay here along the river. Stay further away from the mall. I think this is actually the road leading to the Ruby gas station. Still way further north than I initially thought. But hey, it's just 7. It's still early in the day. It's gonna be a little bit of a uneventful episode if we're just walking along the river, not a single zombie inside. But it's hard to plan, and I think survival is our first priority, not excitement. When we play a normal run, I always say, you know, my vehicle is my safety net. my car. Always have it nearby as a get out of jail card. We don't have that here. There's no get out of jail card. There's 20 zombies behind the tree, and 5 of them start running. That's probably it. This is nice. This is you could always almost set up camp here and just, you know, say, I'll live in the forest now. Oh, the lettuce is stale already. Catch that in time. Counter the unhappiness with the second chocolate bar. And we should be able to put something else in the backpack. Okay. Right, so as long as we follow this river, we should get to the other bridges. Of course, you know, staying away from the roads and the houses also means we don't have a chance of finding any, like, survivor zombies, anyone with a backpack. And eventually, we're gonna need more water. I think food we're really good at. Water, we're of course limited to what we have in our bottles. I guess the smart thing would have been probably to pack a cooking pot or something so we can cook up water from the river. But once we pass West Point, we're also far away from any river. Or from any lake for that matter. There's very few natural water sources. Yeah, a lovely little area here. It wasn't the zombie apocalypse, that's a great place to go hiking. Surprised how much distance we travel here, and it's not even 9 AM yet. This might be a 2-episode series, right? Gonna be back home early afternoon here. These paths, or is this just... There's the road. Okay, so we should be coming up on the bridge this time, actually, to the racetrack. I don't think I want to take. I honestly thought, yeah, you know, the next stage of our journey would take us to the southern end of that settlement that we started in. And we would spend the night there. As we continue down this road here. And a couple minutes later, we come up to the mentioned bridge with just as much action here as we had on the rest of the road. Alright, we'll continue south, we take the next bridge over. And unless there's anything exciting happening, It's just trees, right? Or is that a zombie? Nice. I thought, you know, somebody in a college jacket, this being like the left arm. Alright, I'll continue running here. Well, about an hour later, running down this road, I had to actually take a little stop there, sit down. It's also getting out of breath, but other than that, we've just been running. This road is bending westwards, so there's a zombie having a snack at the riverside. Might just go there and smack that guy. Playing with the hungry zombie mods. See, that's what you get for walking along the river. You should have stayed on the road. What a fool. Who does such a thing? Right, but so far, this has been very uneventful. And again, it's like not even halfway through the day yet. Now, the downside of running and potentially getting out of breath is that also increases the rate at which we get tired again. So we might get queasy earlier, since we also got up at like 5 AM. Kind of planning more like a day until... probably more until 5 PM. But I'm fairly certain that running and then occasionally sitting down to rest is still going to be faster in terms of just pure time spent than just walking. Right. So we crossed the bridge when we got there. Means we are actually then already south of West Point here. I think we are. These are a little bit more dense. Concerned about any zombies not on the road, but rather just right next to the road. Also, of course, always a chance. There's some, like, story events that you come across in a forest with, like, zombies camping. Well, not zombies. The zombies were not camping. Campers that turned into zombies. Although, I don't know, maybe zombies do camping trips? The fields, on the lookout for grains. Right, yeah, let's have a quick rest here. That was good timing. Did I get out of breath from sitting down? Also, the sitting down phases, I feel like, super quick. Because with higher athletic, you have faster recovery of your stamina, I think. out. When we left the river behind, I should have taken a wash or something. I think that's what you would do. You're covered in blood from killing almost 100 zombies. Yeah, I guess we'll continue running down this road, and if something interesting happens, I'll get you back in here. Alright, we're a little bit further along, and this is where the gravel road turns into a dirt road, and up ahead there's a group of friends. Including, I think no, that's the shoes. That's just a random zombie group, is that not? Oh, I think that's a hiking backpack here on this guy. Alright, so I need to make sure we get only a couple of them. Like 2, 3, maybe 4 at a time. Pull them far enough back, kill the others. We can get Mr. Hiking Bag's attention. I think he has a sleeping bag on that hiking bag. Oh, that's incredibly lucky. Yes, there's a packed sleeping bag. That's another free carry weight, though. Water canteen. Oh, wait, no, hang on. It's not a hiking. It's a military backpack. Let's rip and go. Okay. Alright. Throw that on the ground for now. Look. I appreciate some of the stuff, but canned food is just so heavy. Maybe the spaghetti we'll keep. Did we have a can opener? Yes. My screwdriver, no. Reloading, yeah, okay. Okay, that's a lot of room for activities. Looks like we've been mainly drinking out of the water hydration pack. Double check if our regular water bottles... Yeah, no, they're still full. Okay. The hydration pack has been nice, but we'll leave that behind. Then everything we don't need in our main inventory goes in the backpack. And then we can re-evaluate how much carry space we actually have. I have 10 of 14 with 2 rest weight in here. So I think I grabbed the extra canteen. Attaching the sleeping bag to the backpack. I don't think I'm wearing gloves. Oh, I'm wearing fingerless gloves. Alright, cool. The jacket would have been nice. Okay. I mean, sure, let's just take the cans with us. We have the carry space. Do we fight the rest of the zombies? It's still fairly early in the day, and I mean, I wouldn't mind getting some combat experience. You can hear 50 out of 75 long blunt-ish. bit tricky now that they're in the trees. I really liked it when they all were on the road. Much easier to judge how many there still are. Yeah, you can be faster than that. We were fighting a little bit too close to the group there. Spring setting in. And exhaustion is setting in, alright. Sure, there's a couple more left, but we really gotta rest. You don't want to get a sprinter on you if you're out of breath. Ooh, okay, so there was a change in the pattern notes, that the out of breath Moodle now works as an indicator for your resting status. And you see it slowly filling up here. So I kind of no longer need this mod. So let me just stand up early. Out of breath disappears because I'm not getting the debuff. But as soon as I sit on the ground, it appears to show me if I'm fully rested or not. So when I earlier was saying, oh, you know, the moment I sat down, I got out of breath. No, it's just to show me when I'm fully rested. Now I still kind of like this because it's in the middle of the screen and I can keep my eyes on my character and don't need to look in the top right corner. He would just take some painkillers here. Fight through the pain of the muscle strain. Should be able to just kill the remaining 2 or 3 zombies here. We can still find them. There were some guys left, right? Wait. At least 3 of them. Hey, that was a hoodie guy who disappeared into the trees. That hoodie is actually in good condition. I think we might just trade the hoodie for the sweater here. Just so that we have something in case we get chilly at night. I mean, it's the middle of July. Temperature should be alright, but since we were getting cold on the very first night out, I was starting to get concerned. Because the last thing you want is catching an actual cold in the game, because then you're constantly sneezing, which is the equivalent of constantly yelling, and which is really just drawing in all the zombies from everywhere. Military backpack. Streamer luck, I think they call it. So yeah, we're south of West Point here, and I don't think we're here to stay. We're not gonna visit the local attractions. We're just gonna head down the railroad tracks. By the way, my great strategy of eating as much as possible means that we actually now double up arrow here on the weight train. Alright, yeah, we'll continue down this railroad track here a little bit more. I could have sworn this railroad track is just going straight until you get to a Muldrow train yard, pretty much, but no, there's a bend here. It's areas of the map I've probably never been to, and I'm exploring them a little bit. And they're nice. So yeah, not much happened, not much happened. We've been just jogging along the railroad tracks. There's something to be said about considering a rest spot here at some point. As I said, I do kind of expect that we might start getting tired at around 5. Honestly, I would like a resting spot in a little bit more of a clearing, so we can actually look around to see that there's no zombie up to the horizon. Let's see where this leads us here. Oh, okay, we might actually be at the rest spot already. We're coming to the power lines. I think in one of our previous runs, in the Louisville run, in the failed Louisville run, this was our way into the town, where I initially planned to walk to Louisville and then just got weak and got into a car and drove, and we drove along the power lines all the way to the station, to the fence line, and set up camp there. And now that we have a sleeping bag, I kind of wish I had brought the tent and not the cot. Because in the tent we can combine with the sleeping bag for better sleep quality. But I guess the cot already gives average sleep quality. Alright, so let's set up camp here. Unpack that. Sit down just here in the middle of an open field. Yeah, I don't want to go to bed too early, so we don't wake up in the middle of the night, but I also, of course, don't want to sleep in the whole day. So I think what I'm going to do here is, again, get the foraging mode active. What kind of area is this? Land forest. Sure, if you say so. I'm going to do a little bit of foraging. Mostly discarding stuff, but if we find some, I don't know, some carrots or something we know is safe to eat, we can use that, stretch our food supply a little bit with some nice wild forageables. Okay. Convenient. Really considered saplings are kind of nice. You can make long sticks out of them, which are needed to make spears and a lot of buildable crafting stuff, the old drying racks and everything. So usually hard to find, but we're not anywhere close to that. We don't care about that just yet. So one thing I hadn't mentioned yet, so I don't intend to just end the run when and if we get to our home base. Well, I guess Just to put that out there. What exactly we're gonna do at that point? Well, let's keep some surprises, shall we? This is very very few zombies here. It's kind of lovely. So yeah, I'll continue doing some foraging, maybe reading our maintenance book. Again, if we can finish reading that, we get a bunch of our inventory sorted out. Now that I found that backpack, that was the biggest find we could have had on the road. I'm still blown away by that. Alright, but yeah, I'll do some more foraging, and then we're gonna sleep the night here, in the middle of the power lines. Thankfully power's out, so we're not gonna be sleeping in a big magnetic field coming from the high voltage power lines here. But for now, that means I'm gonna take a break here, and we'll continue our long journey, our long trip home to Dark Wallow Lake in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the friendly comments on the first episode. And I'll catch you next time.